Hey, it's Kay White checking in today to see what we can take a look at and figure out. I'll be honest with you, I am totally unprepared and just wanted to hop in and see what we can do, what can we create, what can we have fun with. Today is February 1st, and I thought, why don't I just go ahead and play around with some Valentine's creations, and it's Black History Month. Why don't we look at some Black History creations? I did not do a lot of this before because I typically focus on planning ahead, and I've already started creating content for Mother's Day, for Easter, that type of thing. I'm trying to do better in 2024 with that. So, because I haven't spent a lot of time on Valentine's stuff, I thought, okay, why don't we do that today? So, let's just see what we come up with. I'm in DALL-E tonight. Very often, if I'm getting written content, I will start out in ChatGPT version 4 when it's more text that I'll be using. But sometimes ChatGPT 4 will run slow. I love it because I love how it can help you if you have questions. But we'll try that today. I'm gonna see if DALL-E is perhaps more intuitive than I realized. I love ChatGPT 4 and working in there because it is very intuitive when you are given instructions. You can even ask ChatGPT how to say whatever it is you're trying to say. And very often it will give you something to work with. And so I love that about ChatGPT version 4, the paid version. However, with DALL-E, I haven't tried that a lot. So let's try that today. I'm going to start out here. Let's see. And I'm just playing around here. I'm going to say today is the first day of February, and officially the month of Black History, as well as the month of for Valentine, something like that. So let's see. And then I'm going to say, so I've said today is the first day of February, the official month of both Black History and Valentine's. I would like to create some images based on these. And I'm going to go ahead and let's try this. Let's ask ChatGPT and DALL-E, or rather, we're inside of ChatGPT's DALL-E image generator. Let's ask DALL-E to give us some suggestions. So I'm going to say, please give me some suggestions. Okay, so I've said, please give me some suggestions on images I can create to celebrate both. So let's go ahead and just start here and see what DALL-E provides for us. So it says, certainly, February is indeed a special month. Let me scroll back up. It's moving so fast. You see how both ChatGPT and DALL-E, when you give them a command, they just go to work, and it usually doesn't take them very long. So I'm trying to force it to give me some prompt ideas. I will look at those in a second, but I want to read what it came back with in response to the question that I asked, or rather the statement that I made. DALL-E came back and said, certainly, February is indeed a special month that celebrates both Black History and Valentine's Day. Here are a few thoughtful and creative image ideas that intertwine both themes, celebrating love and Black history together. Now, I'm going to tell you, this goes to show you how both ChatGPT and DALL-E can be very creative in giving you ideas. Because when I raised the question, I didn't have in mind that DALL-E would intertwine to the two. I was expecting it to give me some ideas for Valentine's Day or Valentine's month, and then also give me some ideas for Black history. So let's see. I'm gonna take the very first one. Let's start by just seeing what kind of actual image it gives. So this says historical love, an image of a famous Black historical couple from the civil rights era sharing a tender moment in a garden with filled with heart-shaped flowers symbolizing their love and struggle for equality. Oh wow, let's see what this looks like. That's pretty interesting. And we're going to put it into the image generator here and just see what we get back. And I'm just waiting for the actual rendered image. DALL-E typically runs a little bit faster than ChatGPT 4. Okay, so symbolically, it has given us and I'll actually read the explanation that has been provided for the image. It says, here are the images based on the theme of historical love, depicting a famous Black historical couple from the civil rights era sharing a tender moment in a garden filled with heart-shaped flowers. The scene symbolizes their love and struggle for equality, set in a peaceful and intimate garden that represents a safe haven of love and unity. That is nice. Let's see. I probably, in both cases, I think both images are fine. The first one show shows people in the background standing from the era. We don't have a close-up look of their clothing or anything. And then the second one shows people on the side. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more. Let's just play around with this. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I want to change this a little bit. I'm going to see if it'll give me a closer up view and also more of a combined. I'm just going to say cartoon and realistic. Let's see what it renders. Okay, let's see what it has given us. Okay, so it did give us a little bit of a closer up view. It said here are some updated images featuring a closer, semi-realistic and cartoon style view of the couple. When I said closer up, I didn't really mean that I wanted it that close up. Then it says this unique blend captures the emotional depth and symbolic significance of their love and dedication. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think. I'm going to say, let's stick with this for a minute and see where else we can go with it. I'm going to say, okay, so I've said I like the image of the male and female couple and would like to see more of a full body image which showcases the vintage style clothing worn during the era. Let's see what that gets us. If that gives us something else we can work with. And when you are creating these images, just remember you are completely using your imagination. You can go as broad or as detailed as you like. A lot of times I will just get some general ideas and start out pretty broad and then just work with what I'm given to come up with something closer to what I simply have in mind. I like both of these. These are nice. I love how it showcases the clothing from the era. I would probably next ask ChatGPT to just give me some scenes similar to this that showcase love and Black history in a similar fashion. And then I would take something like this and even create a prompt guide or a prompt book, something that you could sell on Etsy or some other platform. But before we do that, let's go back up and look at some of the other prompts that we were given to see if they're consistent with this, because we might already have what we want. But let's see. Okay, the second one says a vibrant street scene depicting a Black History Month parade with people carrying banners of famous Black figures intermixed with others holding heart shaped balloons and Valentine's decorations showing the unity of celebration. The third one says artistic tribute, a gallery setting where portraits of influential Black figures in history are framed with Valentine motifs such as hearts and roses, blending the respect for history and the warmth of love. So I don't really see anything in this group that I might want to work with. So I'm going to go back down and I'm going to stick with what it has provided for me here. I think this is pretty nice. I love that it's featuring the clothing of the era. I'm going to ask ChatGPT, or actually, again, I'm in DALL-E. I'm going to ask DALL-E to give me some prompt scenes similar to this that continue to showcase the vintage of clothing, but they are clearly scenes from the era and they show affection and love, something like that. So let's see. I'm going to first confirm that I like what has been provided, and we'll go from there. Okay, let's try this. I've said, thanks. I like these images you have provided. Please continue with this theme in mind and create similar, I want to say, scenes which showcase vintage clothing and show love and affection being expressed during this era among couples. Be sure to include some love elements within the scenes. So let's see. And I think this will get us what we're looking for here. I'll kind of explain what I mean when I say love elements within the scenes. Things like hearts. Okay, I'm going to see what this gives us. I'm going to try to see if I can force it to either give us some scenes through images, or yeah, it's going straight into the images. I should have asked it to give me some new prompts, but that's okay. And we can skip right over that step if we can get the images that we're looking for. So let's see what it does. Okay, so I like all of these. These are pretty good. I think these are pretty neat. Let's see. I'm going to say, let's see, it says, here are the images that continue with the theme of showcasing love and affection during the civil rights era, featuring couples in vintage clothing. Each scene includes elements of love, such as hearts, flowers, and teddy bears set in both cozy indoor environments and outdoor settings, vividly portraying the era's fashion and the deep emotional connections between the couples. And so, what I'm going to do now is see if I can get DALL-E to give me the individual images. They have them all shown here to collectively together as a group, but that's not exactly what I'm looking for. I want them to showcase them as a single image. And this is a perfect opportunity for me to give you an example of how to do this. When ChatGPT 4 or DALL-E give you something that isn't exactly what you want, you can tell the system to tell you how to create or ask what is it that you have to say in order for it to give you the image that you're looking for, the style or something like that. So I'm going to try that here. Okay, I've said here, thanks for these lovely scenes depicted as a group of images. These are nice, however, please create images that depict an individual scene as the full image. And then I'm going to say, because I forgot I wanted to show you how you can ask DALL-E or Chat GPT to help you. So right here, I'm going to say, um, okay, so I also added, please tell me exactly how to make this request to get a single image instead of several within a group photo. Thanks. So let's see what happens next. Okay, let's go back up so I can read what they provided here. To request a single image that depicts an individual scene without grouping several scenes into one image, you can specify your request more narrowly by focusing on a single detail, a single detailed scenario. This approach helps in creating a more focused prompt for the image generation. Here's how you could frame your request. Please create a single image, detailed image that, no, I'm sorry. Please create a single detailed image that captures a specific moment or scene. Describe the setting, the characters involved, their attire, and any specific elements of love or affection you want included, such as hearts, flowers, teddy bears. Mention the style you prefer, such as semi-realistic and cartoon style, and any other important details that you want to be the focus of the image. For example, if you want an image that showcases a couple from the civil rights era in a specific setting, you could say, create a single semi-realistic and cartoon-style illustration of a couple resembling famous Black historical figures from the Civil Rights era showing a moment of affection. They should be dressed in vintage clothing, characteristic of the 1960s, standing in a park with a backdrop of a sunset. Include romantic elements like a heart-shaped balloon, flowers, and a teddy bear. The focus should be on capturing the warmth and affection between the couple, highlighting their elegant attire and the love elements within a peaceful park scene. It says by specifying that you want a single illustration and describing the scene in detail, you guide the image generation process to produce one focused image instead of a compilation of multiple scenes. And that sounds great. What I'm going to do here next, since it's given me this prompt already in the previous paragraph, I'm going to ask it to depict more. Oh, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to say, please create more prompts for me that are similar to this. That'll just make it easier. I mean, you could go through and write them out yourself, but it's so much easier if you can train DALL-E 3 or ChatGPT to write them for you. So let's try that. Let's see. And so I tried to keep it real simple. All I said was, this sounds great. Please create similar prompt scenes with a unique setting for me. And let's see if this works. I want them to give me the prompt, and I'm going to then turn around and put the prompt into the system here and ask it to generate the image. And what I might be able to do is just ask it to generate the first prompt. I want to see how many it will give me here. Oh, I'm liking DALL-E. It went right ahead and created the scene. I believe this is the actual scene that it gave me in the example because it was a sunset. Oh, I love this. Yeah, please create a single detail image capturing a specific moment scene. Oh no, right here. Let's go a little further down. Create a single semi-realistic and cartoon illustration of a couple resembling historical figures from the civil rights era. But this is what I'm looking for. It says standing in a park with a backdrop of sunset. Now they're not standing, they're sitting, but this is okay. I love this. This is really, really cute. So I'm going to ask DALL-E to continue with the next prompt. In fact, I'm not going to even say prompt. I'm just going to say continue with the next scene. I'm going to see if it'll go ahead and automatically create the next image for me. And I always say thanks at the beginning. So I said thanks. I'm going to say thanks. Just to confirm that I like this, I want to say thanks, I like this. And then I'm saying, please continue with the next scene from this era. Okay, let's see. And I didn't mention continue with the next scene from this era that displays love and affection. I didn't say any of that. I just said continue with the next scene because what I believe is that the program is intuitive enough to know that I wanted to continue along the same vein here. See, this is well, it says dressed in 60s, and maybe it is. Okay, so according to this, it's saying that they are dressed in the 60s. But it says here are the images depicting the next scene where the couple shares an intimate dance under the moonlight in a secluded garden adorned with twinkling fairy lights and heart-shaped tip, what is it, topiaries? I forget how to pronounce that, but dressed in sophisticated 1960s fashion. Their deep connection and the magical atmosphere are illuminated by the romantic glow of the moonlight. These are really cute. Let's take a little bit closer look at these and see. Yeah, I like these. You can't really tell that it's a scene, though, to me from the 60s, but that's okay. We will go ahead and keep these. I like these, they're really cute. So I'm going to say thanks, please. Please continue with the next scene. Be sure to showcase the vintage era. Okay, all I said is thanks, please. Continue with the next scene. Be sure to showcase the vintage era and love. And I'm just going to hit the next one and see what kind of scene it comes up with next. Okay, let's see what we have here. Oh, this is really cute. It says here are the images featuring the next scene where the couple enjoys a quiet moment of intimacy on a classic 1960s convertible overlooking a city skyline at night. The scene is enriched with elements of love and vintage charm, cap- cap- capturing the essence of the era and their connection. Oh, I really do like this. So, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to make a request here because it says that it captures romance and all of that, but not, I don't think so. To me, I think it would benefit to have some flowers or something in here. So I'm going to go ahead and ask it to make this adjustment. So all I'm asking DALL-E 3 to do is to add some flowers to the scene. I think that would enhance it even more. Oh, I like this. This is really cute. I should have said roses. I should have been more specific. Roses would have set the scene off, but I like this scene even better than the previous. So we will go with this. So, having done that, I think now we've fed DAL E3 enough information that my expectation is for it to take off and continue to do this. I think all I have to do now is just confirm again that this is nice. I'm not even going to say sing. I'm gonna test it here. I'm gonna say, please continue with the next. I think it's smart enough to know that I want it to stay in this same depiction of a vintage era love scene from the 60s civil rights era. And let's see what it does. Ah, gave us a beach scene with some rose petals on one side. Oh, I love this. That looks pretty cute. Little roses, the footprints in the sand. Oh, I like this. I think both of these are going to be really cute. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so let's see. Let's just continue. I might take some of these myself and put them in a prompt book and definitely in some type of training. But I encourage you to take the techniques that I've shown here and do something similar yourself. Something similar yourself. If you want to monetize some of your work, you could just start with a setting, a scene, an idea, feed it into ChatGPT 4 or DALL-E, the art generation version, and let it create your prompts for you. And then from the prompts, create the scenes and just see what you get. But let's go one more time. I'm going to this time just say, please continue. I'm going to see if it's intuitive enough to give me the next scene without me even saying anything more. I usually will say thanks. That's giving it some confirmation that it's on the right track. But I'm going to say please continue. And let's see what we get next. And you can do this with any scene. What I mean by that is you can start out with whatever it is that you would like to create. You can feed information into the art generation tool and let it take over once you've fed enough information. And it's created here just a cozy a home scene in front of the fireplace. This is pretty cool. I like both of these as well. Let's click on them because what I want to show you is that you can take what you have here and get the actual prompt that they used to create this, and you can tweak it if there's something that you want to tweak. But let's read the prompt. The prompt says create a single semi-realistic and cartoon style illustration of a couple resembling famous historical figures from the civil rights era sharing a cozy moment together in front of a fireplace. The room is decorated with vintage 1960s decor, including a plush sofa, patterned rug, and classic wall art reflecting the era's style. The couple is wrapped in a large, soft blanket with their feet tucked up on the sofa, sipping from vintage mugs that depict civil rights slogans. The fireplace casts a warm, inviting glow on their faces, highlighting their smiles and the intimate conversation they are sharing. Surrounding them are small symbols of love, such as heart shaped cushions, a bouquet of roses on the coffee table, and a vinyl record player playing classic soul music from the era. Let's see, the scene should capture the warmth, comfort, and love shared between the couple, emphasizing the connection and solidarity they find in each other's company. So that's a really cute scene. I like that. And this is the other one. I like them both about the same. So I want change, but again, we fed enough information into the system now that it already knows what it is that we're looking for. So when you get to this point, all you really have to do is just say, please continue. And it should continue in this same fashion. It should give you another scene that's very similar. And you could go on and on and on and on. However, if you wanted to feed something specific that you have in mind, you could do that. You might want to showcase a scene where they are in a, oh goodness, we've done a park, we've done, showed them on the beach. You might want to just show some type of scene where they are dining or something like that. And in the case of this, it says the scene captures a couple discovering an old hidden love letter in an antique book at a quaint bookshop surrounded by shelves of vintage books. Their moment of surprise and delight, along with the cozy and romantic setting, evokes feelings of nostalgia, romance, and the excitement of uncovering hidden treasures together. I just thought of a scene I'm going to try. I'm going to do this because I want to demonstrate to you that you can keep the same theme and come up with your own scene, or you can continue to allow DALL-E to do it for you. Either way is fine. But the scene, I'm going to say, this looks great. Thanks. I Let me close out. Thanks. This looks great. Thanks. I would like to see a scene from this era of a couple inside a quaint music store, looking at record albums. And so let's see what it comes up with. The only thing we have to keep in mind is it's kind of sort of getting away from including the love elements in here. So let's see if we can put DALL-E back on track. Let's see. I'm going to say, please include some elements of love. I'm trying to think of another way to say that. What else? I just want to make sure hearts. Wait, now you can always spell it out. You could always say, please include some hearts. And let's try that. Let's say, please include some hearts and other elements of love. Thanks. Okay, let's see what we have here. Let's see what it comes up with. I don't see anything related to love per se. The only thing I do see is a heart on, looks like it might be one of the album covers. But I don't see a whole lot here. The couple is so cute. I love the attire from that era. Maybe I should have said include a rose or something like that. I like this too. There are a few hearts in the background here, so okay, I'll give it that. But I love the actual record player and how they're showing the albums here, the record albums. And this is good enough. I'll say I'm gonna say let's try one more thing. I'm gonna say okay. And instead of saying give it to her, I try to be real clear with Dali. I'm gonna say in anticipation he will soon give it to the female. So let's see. Let me read you the entire thing here. It says, I said, I love this. Please show the gentleman with a single rose behind his back. With anticipation, he will soon give it to the female. And then I'm going to say, I've said thanks. I'm going to go ahead and generate this, and let's see what we get. I just wanted to demonstrate that you can change whatever elements you want to change as you go through this process. If you're not getting exactly what you want, then you can always change. And let's see what we get here. Oh, it's not behind his back though. You can try to force the, I probably shouldn't have said with anticipation. I'm going to try this one more time. This, and then when it doesn't give me what I want, I'll explain that too. I'm going to say this isn't exactly what I want. I'm going to say please help I would like for the gentleman to hide the rose behind his back as he as he greets, I'm going to say that, the female. And let's see what this gives us. But I do love in the original picture here how it looks like he has anticipation in his face. So let's see. And I'm going to correct my spelling here as he greets the female. Okay, let's go ahead and render this and see what happens. So if you ever get a art rendering that you don't like and it's not exactly what you were anticipating, just let ChatGPT DALL-E know. Whether you're using ChatGPT or DALL-E, in either case, you can still let, and it still didn't hide the rose. Oh my goodness, we could go on and on with this. But in a case like this, I would probably ask ChatGPT DALL-E 3 how to make the request to get the image hidden behind his back. Okay, let's try that. I'm just going to see what DALL-E tells me. I asked, please tell me how to make the request so that the gentleman hides the image behind his back. I'm asking because my previous request for this didn't work. So let's go ahead and see how DALL-E 3 tells us to make the request. We'll see if it gives us an instruction that we can use. And I think it actually created the prompt for me. It says to ensure the request explicitly communicates your vision, you might want to include more specific instructions about the gentleman's actions and position in relation to the roles. Here's how you could phrase it. Please create an illustration showing a gentleman dressed in the style of the 1960s civil rights era standing in a quaint music store. He should be greeting a female companion with a warm, welcoming smile. Importantly, the gentleman should be clearly shown with his arm behind his back, concealing a single rose from the lady's view. The scene should capture the moment of anticipation just before he reveals the rose with his intention to surprise her. The background should feature elements of a vintage music store, including vinyl records and posters from the era, but the focus should be on getting the gentleman's discreet, hold on, gesture and the subtle hint of the hidden rose. This request is more specific about the gentleman's posture and the hidden rows, making it clearer how you envision the scene. So I'm going to say, a lot of times it'll ask you, would you like for me to create this now or something like that? So since it didn't ask me that, I'm going to say, please create this for me now. And let's see if it creates the scene for us. Let's hope it's a winner. Are we going to get the rows behind the back? I would think so, since we got the instruction directly from DALL-E 3. But let's see. Hopefully so. Oh my goodness, they look what they did. They actually took us out. No, they probably stayed in the 60s era, and they actually changed the features of the gentleman and the female. They changed it from African American to actually Caucasian. And then they put the rows behind the females back in this image. Open it up a little bit here so we can see it instead of the gentleman. Oh my. And then in this image, they did not put the image behind his back. So all I can tell you is that you would have to continue to work with it. We could go on and on and on, but I won't take you through that. But I will say, just continue to be creative, play around with your art and what you want to create. Use your imagination. Typically, I would say ChatGPT and DALL-E have really nailed my images for me as I go on with my requests. But sometimes it just does not get it right. So I'm going to try one more thing here. I am going to say, this still isn't what I need. The rose is behind the female's back instead of the male. Please recreate the image with the rose behind, the rose concealed, as they said, behind the gentleman's back as a as he plans to surprise her. Let's see if this nails it. If it doesn't, then I don't know. I'll let you play around with it. How about that? Let's see if this works. Today, I just wanted to get on here and have some fun with this. This is some of the best therapy when you have a lot of projects and things going on. You can come on here, or I can come on here and play around with you all and create images. Okay, so now they finally give me an image of a guy with a rose behind his back. So now I'm going to try something else here. This is great. Please recreate the image with an, I want to say, African American male. Thanks. A lot of the art that we create, a lot of the prompt guides and books that we have do feature the African American culture. It's just a part of making sure that young people in particular have diverse images and see images that motivate and encourage and that reflect them. And so, oh, I like this. This is really, really nice. But they took away the female. So now that I'm getting the image and the scene here, I'm going to make another request, and this should do it, I hope. Um, this is awesome. Please add an, I'm going to say African American female in the image. And I'm reluctant. I'm trying to decide if I want to specify where I want her to be. I'm just going to say add an African American female in the image and leave it at that. I've given so much instruction on surprising the female that I think DALL-E 3 is still aware of the instruction and is intuitive enough to pick up on that. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and hit, let's see. Let's see, I will. Oh, let's see. I'm sorry, I forgot to say female. I'm going to say, um, okay. I want to say I meant to say, please include an African American female in the image. I said, instead of saying female, I just said African American. So it was letting me know that that was already displayed. So let's see. Okay, now I'm hoping that it's remembered all the information that we've fed it before and that it understands that we want it to depict the woman being surprised. So we'll see. And sometimes you'll get a response like this. It's asking me which do I prefer, and it went back. Oh my goodness. No, it did not. Oh, I should have been more specific. See, this is why you have to be very specific about what you say. Because what it did in this case, now one of these could work for what we wanted. It's not exactly behind the back over here. And I'm talking about this one. It did on the right here give me the guy kind of looking kind of, like he's anticipating surprising the female. And so I kind of like this. Isn't that cute? So I like that, but it's not behind the back. That's okay. Now these others, I think they look okay, but they don't showcase the man surprising the woman with the rose. And so let's see. Yes, looking for the other image. Okay, maybe. Okay, see down here where it's showing 2 of 2. Just hit the little arrow button and it'll take you back to the previous image. So here we go. This is the other set of images. And again, it's not showing any type of real surprise element here, but I do like the images. But anyway, to get what we wanted in this case, we would just have to go back and get the prompt. If I really wanted to force it at this point, I could go back and get this prompt, get the prompt here. If you click on the little circle around the eye here, that will give you the actual prompt. And so we could come down here and copy it and then take it back over here and place it into DALL-E 3. And then I could add in, we're going to try one more time to see if we can get what we want. And it says he is concealing a single rose behind his back with just a hint on the rose visible, ready to surprise the female companion who is standing nearby. Let's try nearby instead of in front of him and see what we get. Okay. Let's see. We'll try this. All I did was add in one line that says that female is standing nearby. I took the prompt that it gave us before of the African American male with the rose behind his back, fed it into DALL-E 3, and we're waiting to see if it works because I put with the female nearby. So let's see. Oh, it still doesn't really show a female. I was so sure that that was it. I didn't say a female admirer nearby. Okay, let's try one more time. I'm trying to nail this, but ready to surprise a female companion. Let's see. Okay, this is what I added. I said, took the same thing that we did before. I just simply added into the sentence, ready to surprise a female companion who is standing nearby, unaware of his surprise gesture. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit this and see what it renders. Oh, and it would tell me that it is unable to fulfill the request. And when it does that, I ignore that. I give it the request again, and sometimes I'll say, please try again. Usually I'll say, I need this image as part of a project I'm working on, and see if that helps. So I'm saying, please try again. I need this image as part of a project I'm working on. And then I'm going to say thanks and see what happens. A lot of times it works. I'll just simply request again, or I'll say retry, or I'll say, I really need this image. So, okay, I will have to go with this. The more specific I get, the better the prompt would respond. But we see the guy, he has the rose here, it's not exactly behind his back. We see a female in the background. We could even do some fun things to play around with this image in a tool like Canva and probably grab her and pull her a little bit closer to the guy. Some fun things like that that I'll continue to show you all. And in this case, it has these ladies on the side here, and it shows him ready with his rose to surprise someone, but it doesn't really show a specific female close by that he would surprise. So anyway, I've had fun tonight trying to create these vintage romantic scenes for Black History Month, and I say Valentine's Month. I did not anticipate that DALL-E would make a suggestion of me combining the two. But since it did, we just went ahead and rolled with it, and I think we got some pretty good images. So again, this was has been just a training moment. I hope it was helpful. I hope that you see how you can get DAL E3 and really ChatGPT to both work for you by asking them to tell you how to say things, and just letting them know when they didn't get it exactly right, and letting them know when they are on the right track. That type of thing helps a lot, and I'm so excited because I know in time we're going to see this tool doing amazing things. I'm already using it to create content, to create products, digital products, physical products, all of that. And so I'm excited and looking forward to just showing you more ways that you can create an income. When we started Girls in Finance, we wanted to just really teach young girls and even young adult women or women of any age just how they can really better apply financial money management in their day-to-day lives. But we've at the point now we're bringing in AI and really trying to show girls, young women, adult women how they can even monetize a business using AI, create a business using AI. So I hope this has been helpful, and we'll continue to show trainings like this. And I look forward to talking with you another time. This is Kay White with Girls in Finance signing off for now. Okay, take care and thanks. Let's see.